Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, today what I want to talk about is another Oakland City Council member. Today it is Carroll Fife. Uh, and Carroll Fife isn't an Oaklander. She's born and raised elsewhere in Southern California, and she's a local activist, or she was a local activist, and we know her association from Moms for Housing during that period, and that's what really boosted her to fame and also into the Oakland City Council seat, District 3. But here's the thing: when she uh, first took office, City Council D3, uh, she said that she was going to work to help the homeless, and I have to give her that. She has done a lot to attempt to help the homeless, but not really. And probably her biggest claim to fame would be the clearing of the Wood Street encampment into shelters, and also dispersing a lot of people into Oakland instead of getting them off the streets and helping them into housing. So anyway, Carroll Fife has been working on a project for her entire city council career, which is now coming up to her third year or fourth year, and she's up for re-election this year in November. So we don't have a list of all the candidates yet because people are still deciding whether they're going to run or not. And then also Carroll Fife, she'll be the incumbent for District 3, and her big claim to fame is trying to set up a homeless encampment, a temporary one, at the former Oakland Army Supply Base. And it was a 10-acre site, and the 10-acre site was purchased by another company. But they, because of COVID and other things that were happening, they didn't feel it was the right time to develop that 10-acre site. And so the site is sat empty forever. And nothing's been done on it. And here's what happened. Um, so Carroll Fife made a bid for that as soon as shortly after she took office. Um, and I'm aware of a lot of the facts behind the scenes because we are part of the HOG group, Homeless Advocacy Working Group, and we look at all the different projects and the money, the kind of money that the city is talking about spending for all of these different projects. But this project was for that 10-acre CWS site. CWS being California Waste Solutions, and they're going to start developing the site. They already told Oakland City Council members they fully intend on developing the site in 2026. So that gives us 2024, and then a little bit of 2025, but everything has to be cleared out by the end of 2025. So it doesn't make sense to set something up. It's not even going to have a 2-year life on this, so that creates a real big issue on why would you spend that kind of money for not even 2 years. And the amount of money isn't cheap. It's $125 million is the estimated 2-year cost. That's an enormous amount of money, and more money than what the city of Oakland can afford to spend, let alone the 10 million. We're talking 125 million. And that's what the city council said. So Carroll is aware that the city council is not supporting this measure that she's proposed. Because number one, the city of Oakland doesn't have $125 million to put this project together at that site. And then the life cycle is under 2 years. So it doesn't make any sense to really throw money away. That literally would be throwing money away. And um, then California Waste Solutions starts developing the site, so everybody has to go. Uh, in essence, Carroll was beating a dead horse there, but I have to say that for city council member, she is doing something uh, much better than all of the rest of the city council members, because I can go down the list and tell you who's doing what in what district, and it isn't much. And Carroll is the only one who is really truly doing anything. Some of you out there would say, well, what about Noel Gallo? He's out every week, every weekend doing cleanup. Well, yeah, that's his way of getting noticed by the press, and also a way for him to run his mouth. And that's essentially all he does, just run his mouth. He doesn't bring in any new ideas to the table. And then the other good thing that's happened to West Oakland and in Carroll's district is that the new baseball team, the minor league baseball team, the Ballers in West Oakland, and they've been a good attraction. So far, they've sold out their 4,000 plus seat occupancy at Ramundi Park. So that's been a good infusion and good PR for West Oakland. So that's something that needs that was desperately needed. But whether Carroll had any real influence on that or not, that's hard to say. Then we have um, council members who literally don't do anything. Trevor Reed of my district, District 7. I didn't expect anything. In fact, I didn't vote for her. I didn't want her in office. I voted for somebody else. And I tried to encourage people to vote for anybody else but Trevor Reed, because Trevor Reed, she's Larry Reed's daughter. And Larry Reed did nothing for District 7 for over 30 years. And you see the poverty in East Oakland. And Trevor Reed's not doing any better. In fact, I started supporting her until shortly after she was elected. She had me speak on behalf of homeless projects in her district. And I spoke on that. And she knew what was coming the whole time. She knew what projects I was talking about, and they were projects that the city of Oakland ended up screwing up because they wanted to put their own spin on it, we'll say. And so two really good projects went down the toilet, one with Libby Schaff and then the other one with Nikki Fornutato Bass. And I've already spoken somewhat a little bit on the Nikki Bass project. And so that one really irked me right there. And so that's why my third project will not fall into the hands of the incompetent here in Oakland. But Carroll Fife, she's beating a dead horse in terms of the 10-acre site, because here we're nearing the halfway point of 2024, and the project wouldn't even last 2 years at a cost of $125 million, which the city doesn't have. And so we know that project's not going forward, but yet she keeps talking about it and keeps promoting it. Carroll, get off of it. That project's not going to happen, period. You want to get a project going and have real good support, let's talk about an EIFD for Oakland Middle Harbor, the floating community. That's going to make an impact in your district, get you voters, get you new business, and bring living wages in line here in Oakland. So anyway, those are projects that I bring to the table, real viable projects. things that don't cost the taxpayers. We're not going to be billing the taxpayer. You're never on the hook for any of this. My projects are funded. We have already found funding and are working on those funding resources too. So that's what's going on here in Oakland. Carroll Fife, you're beating a dead horse once again. Get off of that 10-acre site at the Oakland Army Supply Base. That's not going to happen. Oakland doesn't have the money. You know Oakland doesn't have the money, and the money's not forthcoming from any state or federal resource. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.